everyone, it's Jenny here from Jen Skinner Art. I just want to introduce you to these beautiful little books. They're absolutely gorgeous, and the technique that's used for making these was taught to me by a past student. So back when he was in prep, he made a little miniature book for me, and to this day it's still the tiniest one in my collection. And a few weeks ago he taught me how to make this particular book, and so I've been teaching it in my classes, and now I can teach it to you. So you're only going to need one piece of copy paper and then one pair of scissors. Glue is optional. You can use it, but it's not necessary because this little book is folded in an origami style. But they're a lot of fun to make, and you can have limited supplies and still make a book. The only thing I would say is don't use anything thicker than copying paper because it becomes harder and harder to fold. So anything from copier paper down to tissue paper is absolutely perfect. So I'd like to finish off the intro by showing you this little book that I did in Harley style, and it says Harley loves books on the front. So come along and join me and make your own miniature library. Bye for now. Good morning everyone. Today I feel very privileged to actually show you how to make a miniature book. And this miniature book was designed by one of my students, and he's currently in grade 3, and when I had him in prep, he and a best mate were always making miniature books. I showed them once or twice and then they just ran with it, and it is absolutely wonderful as a teacher to see one of your students find a passion and then just keep going and make it their own. So thank you, Harley. I have his permission to teach this technique, and I hope I do it justice. And so here we go, miniature book Harley version. Now you've seen me do my folds, and if you're at home or in a classroom setting, you can just bring your scissors out now and make the necessary cuts. If you happen to have a few more crafting resources, you may have some form of guillotine, and you can use that also to cut the pieces. However, it is very easy to just cut these pieces by hand, which is what I'm going to do. And each A4 size piece of paper is going to give you 3 books. It could in fact give you more than that, but I'll explain along the way. So I'm just cutting my pieces of paper now into 8ths along each of those fold lines. If your children don't have scissors, you can of course score and tear. So we're starting off with 2 little rectangles. The first one is going to be the cover of our book. So I'm going to fold the bottom edge up to the top and crease. Then I'm going to open up what I just made, and I'm going to bring the bottom edge to the middle, and I'm going to bring this top edge to the middle, and make sure that they're all firmly creased. You can use something like a bone folder if you want to, but a fingernail or your fingers should be sufficient. So once you've folded it in half and you've got these edges touching, we're going to make the same fold, but this time we're not quite going to go to the middle. It's going to be off by millimeters. So I'm going to bring in the top side as well. These two pieces are not quite joining. There is about 2 millimeters in between. So I can set that one aside, and you can see I've made a miniature book already, so I have these set aside. And one piece of this can in fact make 3 books. So you can see this piece here was originally the same length as that one. I've made 1 book, and that's how much I used. So you can easily have 3 books from the one cover. So I'm going to set that aside. That's the cover. Now I'm going to get my second rectangle, and this is where we're going to actually make the miniature book pages. So we're going to start the same way. We're going to take the bottom edge, we're going to fold it up to the top, make a crease, open it out, and again fold into the middle line. It's actually the valley. See how it's actually the shape of a V. So we're folding into the valley here. And the valley just happens to be in the middle. So we're folding both of those down, creasing well. And now we're going to fold this edge not to the middle, but all the way up to the top. Crease it well, and then turn it round so that it resembles a tree trunk. Now this is how wide the pages of your book are going to be, so you can see here. So to do that, we're going to fold this bottom edge all the way up to the top, and we're going to crease well. Then we're going to bring this top edge all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to crease it well. And now for the first time we're going to flip it, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold that top edge down to the bottom, and you've got something that looks like that. Now we have a flappy edge at the bottom, and we're going to fold that one up to the top. So I folded this up, and we want to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to flip it over, and we've got this flappy bit. We're going to fold it up to the top edge and crease it. And if we've done that correctly, we end up with something that looks a little bit like a jet plane. Now you can see the shape of a letter V here, and if we think of the point of this as being the deepest point of the valley, so V for valley, the tops of the valley are the mountains. So we have a mountain fold here, and we have a mountain fold here. We want to bring those folds down into the valley so that all our pages are the same size. And the easiest way to do that is to stand it up on its end and open it out just a little. And we're going to go the mountain on this side. So the mountain on this side is going to go into that valley. So here we go. I'm folding it in. This little bit here, you can fold it in as well. And now I have one side folded in. Now we want to take this mountain on this side, so this one here, and we want to take it into the valley as well. So we're going to bend it, bend it, bend it all the way to the middle and press it down. And now we have all our little pieces the same size. So it looks a little bit like a frog there, doesn't it? Look, turn it that way. It's like a frog or a crab. Alrighty, so we've got our pages like that. And now we're going to just bend backwards. And suddenly we have all the pages of our book the same size, the same height, the same width, and ready for the cover. Alright, now I want to show you how to put a cover onto the folded pages of our book. So here we have the cover folded, and we can open out just the last two folds and we end up with something that looks a little bit like a U. And what we're going to do is put this last page inside that U, and we're going to fold the two sides over so that it's enclosed. Can you see that? It's like a little slip cover. I'm having to hold it right up. Okay, so it's like a little slip cover. Now we close the book and then we wrap this leftover bit around our book. We can push our book in. It's a little bit fiddly. We can see how much we need to cut off. So I'm going to cut that bit off. And now, if we open our book up, we still have a flap on this side. We can put glue there and close it and our book's finished. Or if you want to do it without glue, open up those last little flaps, lift up that, the bottom slipped it. Lift up and put that last bit inside. Can you see how I did that? So this is the last little flap, the last bit of the book, and I'm going to put that inside that U. So in it goes. And then when I close my book, I now have a complete cover, my pages on the inside, and I haven't used any glue. It will stay like that. It's not going to come off. And you will find that you've got a little bit, if I can get it for you, there's a little bit of the page color showing when you do a slip-on cover like this. And if it doesn't bother you, just leave it. Otherwise, you can do what I've done on this one, and I actually colored the tips of the pages. Really pretty, but I can still see the color of the pages there. So I'm going to get a colored pen. I'm just going to go along the edges of my pages. Might do the two ends as well. beautiful. So I can do that to that one. With this little one here, I can decorate the whole. Four little mini books. And again, I just want to say thank you, Harley.